Good morning. I know that I've been lax in making more videos. That's because originally when I did the YouTube, we had interaction with people, and I could get questions and I could answer and I could have arguments, ongoing conversations, and I thought I was having some effect on some people. Just to do videos and not be able to receive responses, even from the few people who are watching it, is very frustrating. It's like a teacher teaching without a class listening or responding. So recently I've heard from people that they've seen my videos and that it had some effect, and I didn't even know that they were there. So here I am. It's Parshas Beshalach. Today in Parshas Beshalach, for those who don't know what we're talking about, the Torah is divided into sections for each week. There are 7 Torah portions in each week, in each section. And today's Torah portion is in the section called Beshalach, which is in the book of Exodus. It is the 4th section. It starts with Shmos ve'erebo, and the 4th is Beshalach. Beshalach means when he sent out, when Pharaoh sent out the people. So it talks, this is the essence of the Exodus, the going out of Egypt. The culmination of the Exodus comes next week when we receive the Torah. But that's not the ultimate purpose. The ultimate purpose is to go out of Egypt, to get the Torah, and to bring holiness into the world and live in the land of Israel as a holy people. That is what is the ultimate purpose. So here we are today. It's the essence of the Exodus, which is the leaving of Egypt and the final stage of the leaving of Egypt, with the splitting of the Red Sea and the drowning of the Egyptian hordes that came after us. And throughout the Torah portions, the sections of the Torah that talk about the Exodus, is a constant refrain that Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, our teacher, had to speak to the people. He had to speak to us. And we had to be convinced that we were going to be redeemed. God sends Moses to tell us 4 expressions. I will redeem you, I will take you, I will bring you, and so on. I will save you. All of these expressions, redemption and taking you as my people, and then ultimately, I will bring you to the land, which is the 5th expression. There are 4 expressions for which we drink a cup of wine at the Seder. The 5th is the Kos of Eliyahu, because we haven't come to Israel yet, permanently. In the time of the temple, there were people who had a 5th cup. But we put the 5th cup in anticipation that we will be redeemed and brought into the land of Israel. Throughout all of this process of God expressing himself and wanting to get the point across, I will take you out and I will save you and I will redeem you and I will take you and I will bring you, all of those expressions are meant to be communicated to the people of Israel, the children of Israel. Now, Moshe Rabbeinu was given incredible powers. God says, I've given you the stick, the staff, within which is the power of all of the miracles that are going to take place in Egypt and later. And by the way, in my book, for those who have my book, it's Engage, Enthuse, and Empower, I explained that the idea of the staff, the stick that Moshe Rabbeinu uses, it's not a physical stick. He had a physical stick, but the stick refers to the purity of sexuality. The staff is symbolic of the male being in control of his sexual appetite. That is the staff of Moses. That is the purpose of the Torah. The purpose of the Torah is to be in control of the emotion, not the emotion ruling you. And by being in control of your human sexuality, you have the power to create miracles. The greater the tzaddik, the greater the purity of the human being in terms of controlling one's appetite, the greater the power to change the world. And Moshe Rabbeinu was in control of his sexuality, and therefore Moshe Rabbeinu was in control of the powers of the world. And he could change and alter the ways of the world. He had that power. And the secret of the Torah, the Eitz Chaim, is learning to use your mind to control your appetites. That is the avoda, the service that we have. We need to use the ability to pray and to connect to God and so on and so forth. But ultimately, all of the mitzvahs and the connecting to God require one to learn to be in control. And this is the essential element of control that is requisite for prophecy. Prophecy is where the person is in control of his instincts, and his instincts do not overpower him at all. That is the nature of the prophet. So Moshe Rabbeinu has the stick, but the stick is representative of the human emotional structure that Moshe Rabbeinu is in control of his humanity, in control of his emotions. And he has the power to change the world miraculously. Why is he sent over and over to speak to the people? And in this today's portion, God tells Moshe Rabbeinu, tell the people that they shall travel into the sea. And then after they start traveling into the sea, Moshe sticks out his arm with his staff and the sea splits. But the sea does not split until the people of Israel jump in. And this is a principle that you can take to the bank. Nothing happens of substance until we the people, in other words, we the people, the beginning of the Constitution of the United States, until we the Jewish people believe, nothing's going to happen. We have to begin to believe. We have to believe that God has a plan for us, that this plan is to be in the land of Israel, that all of the land of Israel belongs to the people of Israel. And until we believe this, we're going to have the pressures of the world against us. So the lesson from today's Torah portions, until Nachshon jumps in, until the others jump in, nothing's going to happen. We have to jump in and believe and articulate that the land of Israel was given to us by our God to our people. Not just in the Torah, but for all times, for all generations. And we have to understand that Rashi, the greatest commentary of the Torah, begins his Torah portion, his Torah commentary, with the following statements. The Torah should have begun at a later point, not in creation. It should have begun with the commandments that were received directly from Moses. Because Torah is instruction. Why does the Torah begin with Bereshis? To tell us that the world belongs to God. What does it mean it belongs to God? God personally was involved in the process of creation. He didn't just allow it to happen. God said something for it to happen. The world according to the Torah, is not a world that it's on its own. It's not a jungle, as the Rebbe would say, but rather it's a garden, and the garden is my garden, the garden of God. The world is not free for all. It has a purpose, and the purpose of the world is for there to be a people called the people of Israel, who dwell in the land of Israel, in all of the land. And we, first and foremost, have to believe this. We cannot lull ourselves into thinking that CNN and ABC and Fox News, that the reality is what they show. The reality does not reflect what they show. The reality is what we believe and what we articulate. Because if we don't articulate it, then we show that we really don't believe it. And we have to tell our leaders, don't talk about security, don't talk about the evil of Hamas or Hezbollah or the PA. It's irrelevant. The world's not listening. Tell the world the truth. This land is the Holy Land. This land of Israel belongs to the people of Israel. And we are not giving anything back. We're not negotiating our land. I'm not negotiating my father's hammock or my father's suit. It's not for sale. The land of Israel is not for sale. I'm not bartering it away, not for any promises. It's mine. You don't have to give it to me. It's mine because God gave it to me. He sent me away from the land, and now He's restored me to the land. And it is my land, the land of my children, the land of my ancestors. It is a holy land. And it does not belong to Arabs. It does not belong to people who call themselves Palestinians. The ones who were called Palestinians in 1948 were Jews. The Arabs refused to be called Palestinians. That's the history. It only became popular when Arafat, Yamach Shemo, in the 60s called it the Palestinian, the PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization. But before then, there was the only people who were Palestinians were Jews. And it's not Palestine. It is the Holy Land of Israel. Eretz Yisrael. And the Torah says, Eretz Yisrael Ligvul Esau. There's Israel according to its borders, and the borders include everything west of the Jordan River. That land is called Judea and Samaria, Yehuda and Shomron. Those were cities of Israel, not cities of Arabs. And that was promised to us by God at the beginning of creation. So first and foremost, we must believe, I must believe. I must be strong enough to tell CNN, whatever her name is, Anapur, or Rachel Maddow, or all the other luminaries in the left-wing hierarchies, the left-wing aristocratic, or whatever you call astrological charts, all of those people, Jake Tapper, all those luminaries, Bill Maher, the land is ours. There's nothing to negotiate. We have nothing to negotiate because it's our land. You're living in our land. If you behave yourself, we'll let you live there. We give you freedom to worship, freedom to have commerce, but ultimately, it is our land. It is the land of the people of Israel, not Arab land. We're not going to let you take it. We're not going to let you negotiate it out of existence. You can't vote us out of existence. The land is the land of Israel. That's what we have to tell the world. And that there's no negotiations. There's negotiations for, are we going to go ahead and smash or flatten Gaza? Are we going to smash Khan Yunis? Are we going to go ahead and flatten Ramallah? We can negotiate that. But the ownership of the land of Israel is non-negotiable. And that has to be lesson number one and all subsequent lessons.